Well, you've probably wondered, how do I get my sailboat from my house over here on the creek all the way out to the ocean? Basically using the same procedures that I use everywhere else. It's just when you're in a narrow channel like this, you're a little more constrained in your movements. You have to do a lot more tacking. Today the wind is kind of with me a little bit, so that's helping. But I'm going to try to take it out to the ocean and go around to the south side of the jetties on Honeymoon. Well, I made it out through Alston Creek. Now I'm in Oaks Creek, where I have a lot more room to maneuver out here. And it's more open body of water, so I'm getting more wind out here. It's kind of dead back up in there. I barely had the wind to get out through the cut. Got her now, though. Now I'm getting up to the only part of this that really ever makes me nervous, and that's going through the chute of the jetties. Because it's rocks, and there's waves. And if you screw up, you're in those rocks. And once you're in those rocks, you don't get off of them. Your boat is pretty much destroyed. Of course, there's, a couple of 100 yards of width between the two. So even when you have wind from an unfavorable position, you just learn how to tack, and you'll be all right. Almost out of the entrance channel now. About to cross the coal regs line. For those of you that don't know what coal reg stands for, that's COLREGS, and that stands for the International Regulations to Prevent Collisions at Sea. And the coal regs line is a line drawn across the mouth of every inlet, every navigable inlet, that delineates inland waters from coastal waters. And basically, if you cross this coal reg line 365 times, you're a captain. As long as you got somebody that'll sign for you that says that. I never really cared to get a captain's license, honestly. I mean, because I can sail a sailboat. And if you can run a sailboat, you can run anything. You're basically a damn captain. I mean, I've got a American Sailing Association certificate for a keel boat up to 65 feet in length. It means I can charter a sailboat anywhere in the world. So, yeah, I don't really need a captain's license. It's just one more useless piece of paper hanging on my wall that I don't need and I'm not going to use. Nice out here today. A little bit rolly, but not like the last time I came out here. It was like 3 to 4 foot waves. I'm like, yeah, this is the upper limit of what this boat's going to handle. Better turn it around. So there's the South Jetty over there. And I'm on my approach to the beach here. Pull this thing up and beach it for a little while and take me a swim. Show you how to run this surf zone in just a minute. Just on the outside of the surf zone now. So right about here is where your skill kind of matters. Your skill and your planning and your execution of your plan coming into the beach. This is where a lot of people get screwed up in surf zones. I'll go ahead and unlock my rudder. That way when I hit bottom, it'll kick up. Unlock the cam cleat. Well, the waves aren't really too big today, so I don't think I'll get thrown sideways or nothing stupid like that. They're breaking close to shore, too. I think when this one breaks, I'll ride it right into the beach. Here we go. Just like that. It's a little rough out here. Well, we're going to take her back through the entrance channel. Tide's starting to fall, so it's getting rough. Hopefully I have the wind to buck this tide. We shall see. Oh yeah, we're hauling ass now. Well, until I hit that chute of current coming out of there. Moving along at a pretty good clip. Back to the dock in about 10 more minutes, maybe 15. Well, I knew based on the wind direction that I was not going through the cut through over there, because the wind is basically coming straight down the channel, which means if I try to come in that way, don't have the room to maneuver up Austin Creek going against the wind, so I have to go against the wind out here in Oaks Creek where I have a little bit more maneuvering room. I'm going to run as close to this side as I can over here, and I'm going to have to tack at least one time to get around the corner up there to get into the mouth of Austin Creek, and then I'll go with the wind back to the house. See, when you're sailing, you got to think about wind direction and all this stuff, and you have to plot your route out way ahead of time. Otherwise, you box yourself in, and then you're screwed. Then you have to just basically backtrack, go around, and do all kind of crazy stuff where you can get in a favorable wind direction. See, I'm running with the wind. You can see my telltales are straight up the sail. All right, so I'm gonna pull hard on this rudder and then kick it back the opposite direction, let the wind catch it, and then go back across to the opposite side. And then when I get over there, I'll tack it one more time and then come in through the mouth of Austin Creek right there. Again, this is why I've been running sailboats since I was like 12 years old, and I've had an ASA keelboat certification since I was like 18. I can charter a sailboat up to 65 feet in length anywhere in the world. But I like my little catamaran because it's small enough. I can pick it up and drag it off the beach by myself. I can run it by myself. It's you know, it's short, lightweight, maneuverable, which is good for trying to sail here in the marsh. Now in the ocean it doesn't really matter, but you get up in here, yeah, you need something that's not a big sailboat, something that you can maneuver around in these little creeks. This boat here works really good for that. Well, hopefully I've got favorable wind to make my last couple hundred yards to the dock. I believe I do. I got plenty of wind. I had to let out on the sheet line before I flipped over. Definitely do not want to flip over in here because there's too many oyster beds to land on.